strength, running is a single limb activity, so you're going to be standing on one leg pretty much the whole of the time when you're running, or you're going to be in contact with the floor a lot of the time in a single leg capacity. So we need to build strength in the single leg capacity to make things specific. And also at the same time, we're going to try and bring some of the emphasis towards the lower abs. And the reason why we go towards the lower abs is because it has a lot to do with this pelvic stabilization. So when we're running and we're driving the leg back, and we don't lose this pelvic position, and that's lost power because we're not driving the limb in towards the floor and propelling ourselves forwards. So we'll get straight into it, a little bit of mobilization, and then we start working into the single leg strengthening work, and then into the abs after that. So come down onto a cross-leg position. Okay, so cross-leg position here, and what I want you to do is grab your right knee with your right hand, left hand comes onto the right foot, and you're just going to rotate the leg back and forth, just nice and light, create a little bit of mobilization through the hips. There will be some stretches in there as well, but mainly it's going to be working with strength like I said today. Now, start to rotate backwards and forwards. Okay, and you're trying to keep a nice upright posture as you're doing this. I don't want you to be trying to slouch over. When you're running, you want to be having a nice upright posture, because again, that's how we have the correct amount of power output. That's how we become better runners. You know, you don't, or anything in any sport, posture is key. Okay, next bit. What I want you to do here is just have a look at the midfoot, and I just want you to mobilise through the midfoot. You might get a couple of cracks here through the foot I got on there. And you're just going to plant the heel on the floor, and you're just going to move this top part of your foot. Now as a runner, you get really stiff through your forefoot, so it's nice to just mobilise through, backwards and forwards like this. So you're sort of like as if you're wringing out flannel, whatever you want to call it, moving backwards and forwards, rotating round. Okay, and then bring the hands behind you, kick the legs out towards the front. I'm just going to do it this way just so you get a good view. Right foot out to the outside, you're just going to drop the right knee in. So just internally, externally rotating the hip, in and out. Just feel that full rotation through that right hand side, and starting to warm into the hip a little bit more through this one. Good, and then come back. We're going to do the same thing but the opposite side. You're going to grab onto the left foot with your right hand, try and work out left and right at the moment. Left hand onto your left knee, and then you're going to rotate backwards and forwards again here. Rotating backwards and forwards. Good. And as we did on the other one, just moving up and down. That's it. So if that's stiff, there's no movement there, then that's a sure sign that you really need to start working on this mobility through the hips. Maybe you're inflexible through glutes, maybe inflexible through hamstrings, maybe quads, grinds, wherever it is. Okay, plant the heel onto the floor again, and just start to mobilise through with the forefoot once more. So turn back and forth. That's it, back between the two. See if there's any clicks or clunks there. Maybe you're not even being able to move this top half of the foot compared to the bottom half. Who knows? Hands out towards the rear. Left foot comes out towards the side, and then again start rotating in and out with the left knee. I'm going to be working, like I said, into that single leg moves, trying to open up the hips, but at the same time strengthening. In and out, drop in and drop out. Okay, and then pop the hands down, underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're going to push your bum up to the sky and head up to the sky, and you're just going to tuck underneath. So a couple of these cat-cows, pretty familiar posture with yoga. But it's good to get this body moving before we go on to something a little bit more rigorous. Hands out, a little bit further, come into your downward facing dog. Settle the feet about shoulder width apart. And then just pedal through the knees. Now when we start working into the strength, in the next minute or so, the left foot comes into the sky, left foot comes in between the hands. And you could say this is the start. Trying to plant the feet down so you've got a nice, strong, stable base support. You've got feet still about shoulder width apart. I'm just going to rise up towards the sky and you're going to interlink your fingers above your head and push up. So we're just going to push up here, bend through that front knee, try and have the weight on your heel. So working single leg, we're opening up through the hip flexors on the back leg, and you're also working through strength through this front leg. I just want you to a little bit of a bounce up and down, not too much. We're still warming into this. Keep coming up and down, up and down. Good. Back and forth between those two. And then pop both hands down, either side of the front foot, and then just point off the toe. This will make sense in a second, but just point off the toe and you're going to feel a little bit more weight come onto this front leg. You should be feeling through the lower limbs now, because I am. Okay, and then you're going to drive that left foot up into the sky into a single leg downward dog. That's it. Right up into the sky. Try and square the hips off towards the floor, and then plant that left foot towards the front again. You can bring these hands out to the side, interlink the fingers and push up to the sky again. Keep making sure this knee isn't dropping into the centre. This is something very important when you're doing any running as such, as that having that good hip stabilisation so your knee isn't dropping all over the place. Both hands come down and then pop this right foot up towards the left and forward fold. If you can't reach down towards the floor, still straighten out the legs and just come a little bit further up the shins. But we want to get this full fascial stretch by tucking the chin in towards the chest. Maybe you're pretty tight through the hamstrings there. Right foot comes back here again. You're going to raise up. What I want you to do here, hands onto the hips, and you're going to point that toe, and you're going to feel the full weight come onto that front leg. So you're pointing the back toe, opening up this back hip, because you want a nice stride length, long stride length. Hold here, and back. See how my heel is up? Point, and back. Point, and back. That's 3, 2 more. 4, and back. 5, and back. Both hands down, drop the back knee. Reach up with both hands and into the fingers. Push up here again and then drop over towards the left. Like I said, single leg strength. You will be feeling it through that left hand side. Because I am. Both hands down there again. Tuck the back toe. Left foot into the sky. Still working a fair bit of strength through the glutes here as well, and also flexibility through the hamstrings and the calves on that right leg, the supporting leg. Left foot comes down, we drop onto the knees, squeeze and tuck through the pelvis, just drop the hips slightly, as much as your back sort of feels comfortable with. If you want to open up here, nice big stretch through the front of the hips again. Then you tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog, right foot into the sky, right foot forwards in between the hands. And we come up towards the top again, hands raise up, interlink the fingers, and just start to come into that pulse again. So into the pulse, up and down, up and down. That's it, slowly does it, slowly does it. Good. That's it, and hold there. Both hands come down. That's it. Push the weight over, point the toe. So we're just getting our front leg used to it, which is the right hand side this time. Don't worry if you went right first time, you go left now. Keep the weight there. Good. Raise up with both hands. Interlink. Nice long stride, as you can see what I've got here. Start to pulse up and down again. Good. Both hands down. Then right foot comes up into the sky. Single leg downward, facing dog. So point the toe, hips square off. Try and drop that left heel down towards the ground. And then right foot comes through towards the front. Okay, raise up, hands onto the hips, point with the toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Definitely feel that all the way through the inner groin and also through glutes, quads, everything down there. Right foot into the sky again. Regulate the breathing. And then ping that right foot forwards. Back knee hits the floor. Open up here. Interlink the hands once again. And push up into the sky and then lean over towards the right hand side. Press away with both of the hands. There, good. Hold there, hold there. Press away with the hands. Feel that hip extension here, so feeling through the hip flexors, maybe through quads. Great stretch. And also a little bit of strength, I would say, just being here. Okay, both hands come down. We're going to do that one more time either side. So pop that right foot back. I'm going to put a different type of stretch in this one. Rest position in your downward facing dog. And slow, methodical breaths. Inhale, exhale. Okay, left foot up, left foot through to the front. Drop that in. I think the single leg strengthening movements are just absolute game changers when you're conditioning yourself for running, especially a long distance. So if you need a good, stable base of support to be working from. 3, 4, keep going, 5, let's go for 10 this time, I'm wobbling over, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Drop the hands down inside this front leg and drop your back heel down. Okay, you don't have to straighten your leg or you don't have to get all the way there, but you're trying to straighten as much as you can. Hands down, pushing the chest long towards the toes and then bringing your head down towards the knee. Acts as a rest and it also acts as a lovely stretch as well. Hands come down either side of the front foot. Pick that left foot into the sky again. Working in the glutes, left hand side, pushing through the palms of the hands. Good, and then left foot comes down to the floor into our down facing dog. Right foot up, right foot through to the front. Raise up again, stable base support. 10 reps, shifting the weight forward. Nice deep position with that front leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold there for a second and then drop the hands down. Drop the back heel, 45-degree angle on that back foot. Straighten out the front leg as best you can. And then bring the head down towards the knee. Always trying to align the heels whilst you're here. And I like to be on my fingertips rather than palms to the floor, mainly because it's quite a bit of a stretch for me to get down there. So tuck the chin to the chest, head down towards the knee. Good. Alright. Okay, from there, what we're going to do, plant both hands down, drive the right leg into the sky, single leg downward dog. Right foot comes down towards the left, and then you're going to drop onto your knees. And you're going to give yourself a bit of a break here, for around 15 to 20 seconds. Then you bring the hands down by the sides to rest the shoulders if you want to. The next part, we'll be working into the glutes again, and also working into the inner groin. Somewhere that people don't tend to hit, but when you're looking at the legs, when you're running, you need to balance between back and front, side to side, okay? So outer quad and also the inner groin, they need to be balanced there. If they're not, then you're going to get a huge chance of picking up some injuries, which is going to stop you from running and doing what you like doing. Okay, come into downward dog. Right foot up, right foot through to the front. Left foot comes to meet. Okay, you're going to step this right foot through. So step it all the way through. And I'm actually going to bring my right hand out here. This left hand doesn't really have to do much. You can just have it on your knee. You're still trying to keep it straight back, but you're going to lift up this back leg for 10 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, you can feel this on either groin. 6, 7, keep it there. 8, 9, all the way up, and 10. Okay, spin the hands round towards the front of the mat, right leg towards the rear, and try and flatten off your back as best you can. Now working into the glutes, and you've also got this single leg stability. Try and let your hip drop out, try and squeeze in. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right foot comes back, left foot into the sky. That should be on fire, the left leg. Good, and hold here. Feel that? Blood drain away from that left leg, and then bring the left foot down towards the right again. Give the legs a bit of a shake through. The lactic acid build up there. Right foot comes forwards. And then we come here again, so we go left foot through. And it's sort of your left hand is in line with your right foot, which is in line with your left foot. You're pretty tied up here, but very good exercise. Lifting up again with that leg to the inside. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, come back in, fingers towards the front here, and you're going to go 10 reps up and down again. Stabilize the cal, try and flatten off the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left foot down, right foot into the sky, again feeling that blood drain away from the right leg. And then pop all feet down there. Knees to the outside, big toes to touch, and sink back into a wide kneed child's pose. Reaching out with the arms as far as you can. Reach through, reach, reach, reach. Definitely, you know, if you do feel like this makes a difference, which it has done to me in regards to running, then try and do it a couple of times a week. Make sure you're 24, 48 hours in between. And you will see a huge difference in stability, balance, single leg strength, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. Come back up to the knees, tuck the toes, come into your downward dog, left foot up, you're going to bend the knee, you're going to open out here. Your right heel is in line with the toes on the right foot, and then you're going to come down and you're going to open out like this. So you're going to bring the knee up towards the chest, open out with the leg, and you're going to find that same spot that you started at. back round. So you're squaring off to the front, opening out. Again, this is just loads of hip musculature. Lots of small muscles through the outer hip that stabilise us. We're just working through these. Good. And then come through with the left foot towards the front. Right foot comes up. And we drop into the downward facing dog, into a forward fold again. Forward fold down. Both hands up into the sky. Reach as far as you can. Hands out towards the sides. Feel like being upside down or there or thereabouts for the whole of this class. That's it. And then slide the hands down the back of the legs. Bring the left foot back towards the rear. Right foot back towards the rear as well. Now we've got to go opposite side here. So we're going right foot up, open out. Open that hip all the way out. And try not to turn this bottom foot. Okay. Knee in, open out, over the top. Knee in and open out. Good. Just hitting loads of different areas here. And you should be able to feel it. That's it. Roll out with the hips. Try and get as much of that rotation as you can. We're moving down to the abs really soon. That's it. Turn through. Good. Right foot through towards the front. Even all these steps forwards, you know, you're opening this back leg up and you're trying to bring that stride length in there, or the improvement of the stride length by opening up those legs every single time that you step forwards. So you're only stepping forwards a little bit. You're trying to use all your full force to bring your foot forwards and try to get as far as you can, a little bit further every single time. Forward fold down there again. Okay, raise up into the sky. Palms together, reach out with both hands onto the lower back. Press the elbows together. And then again, sliding down with the hands down the back of the legs, and then you're going to pop your bum down onto the floor. Okay, feet are going to come up. You're going to try and find this balance point. Now, it talks about trying to hit the lower abs. And this is exactly what we're going to try and do here. So palms are facing up. If you do want to rest, then you just place your feet back down towards the floor. You're going to kick out. Now I want you to try and squeeze and tuck underneath of the pelvis. Squeeze and tuck underneath. Good. Foot back down. Left leg comes up towards the front. Good. Hold there. Hold there. Good. Come back down. Find that level position. Good. And then slowly squeeze and tuck, squeeze and tuck, squeeze and tuck. And hold here. Hold. Palms facing upwards. I know it's hard, but you've just got to stick with it. And then you'll raise them back up toward the top. Palms are staying there. Good. Straighten out with the right leg. Right foot down. Left leg. The burn is real. It is happening now. Good. Feet together. Extend out. And hold here again. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop yourself back up. And then take the sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. We'll be coming back to that in a second. Hands coming into the sky and forward fold over the right leg. Pulling the head in towards the knee. Take these steady breaths. And always trying to square the hips off towards that front leg. Square them off. Push this knee down in towards the ground. Try and keep the foot square on towards you. And raise back up to the top. Take a little twist through towards hand side, right hand onto left knee, twist all the way towards the rear, and then come back round. Feet come up again. Yeah, next round, here we go. Okay, straightening up with the left leg, squeezing up through the pelvis, holding here. Should be activated now, should be ready. Right leg up, point the toe, keep the other leg level. Come on, foot comes down, lower down slowly, and hold here. Tuck, squeeze the glutes, feel the abs, especially the lower abs start to kick in there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up towards the top again. Extend with the right leg. Hold, 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 hold. Come on, breathe in through the nose. Right foot down, left leg up. You're feeling this through the quads as well. 2, 1, and down. Holding here. 10 seconds maybe. That's 5 done already. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop back up. Right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Square the hips off to the front. Inhale both hands up and forward fold down again. Grab to where you can. And always when you're trying to do the forward folders, lengthen through the spine. Last thing to come down is the head. You'll feel it. Feel the change when you're pressing the chest forwards towards that front foot. Just take those steady breaths in and out through the nose. Good, and then come down onto your back. Last bit here. Single leg bridge. Push the left knee out towards the side. Keep the hips square on and then lift up through the pelvis. So lift in here. Squeeze through the right glute. Try not to use your lower back if you can. Try and emphasize using the right glute and the hamstrings on the right leg. Always trying to have the right angle underneath the right knee, and coming back down again. Okay, left foot down, right foot onto the top. Lift up again. See the difference? Is it left or right? Where's the strength there? Which side do you usually get the injuries on? Sometimes there's a telltale sign there. Maybe the weak side, maybe the strong side. So is it that we're running and we're using one side more than the other? Or is it that we're just weaker through one side and it gets tired and then we become injured through that side? Drop the bum down. Have a little pop up to the top. Interlink the fingers underneath the feet. And lift up through the chest. Well done. It's not an easy class that. You're working through strength in both of the limbs in a single leg capacity, and a little bit of hard work there at the end, but that's definitely going to push you forwards in terms of your progression. Head down. Feel free to try the class out again. Like I said, maybe try a couple of times a week and see if there's any improvement with your times, your recovery rate, or your power output. Right, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another running specific yoga session.